He loves just putting me in the spot like that, saying ये मेरे को टमाटर बुलाई थी first time. Outside of action and cut, I couldn't talk to him. Whenever I tried to make a joke and he would do a comeback and I would have nothing in return and I would just awkwardly stare. No drama happened. Like we enjoyed each other's company. It was hilarious. We would wake up in the morning for like these day shots and I would be blasting music and he would have his classical music in his ears because he needed to like get into the zone. Statement like, hey, you suck, and you don't know how much that's going to affect this other person on the other side. You don't know what kind of life they're living, what kind of day they're having. Acceptance and fame and stardom that was only reserved for Bollywood. There's more scope. Like if you do an OTT show, there's it's possible that you get the same kind of response that you would have gotten if you'd done a Bollywood film.
Hello guys, this is Kajal Gupta from India Forums, and today we have with us Yashashwini for her new Netflix movie. What are the odds? Welcome Yashashwini to India Forums, and
Hi.
congratulations for What Are the Odds. Um, we'll be talking about it further, but I think let's begin from the beginning. How did this journey begin for you? Did you always wanted to be an actor?
No, I didn't ever think I'd be an actor. I just happened to give auditions like ऐसा मजा आएगा type, and I ended up getting the right projects, and yeah, and then I became an actor. It was something I didn't really have control over.
Yeah, but I think it's been close to 5 years, and
Yeah.
many great projects for you. So how do you look back at the journey? Like,
I'm quite proud, yeah. I don't like, I feel like if I had tried to control this, I would have done a very bad job because
yeah,
I didn't really have a hand in creating the uh, history, like of the like creating the collection of projects I've done, which is why I think it went really well, and I've been part of some really good projects. So I'm quite proud and very
yeah.
grateful.
But if you want an actor, what would you be?
So the plan initially was to do a master's degree and simultaneously work on music, learn instruments, try to write. I'm not a big like I don't really know how to write songs, but I thought it would be something I could explore. So I'd probably like be at some restaurant playing gigs and trying to figure out the music scene, if not
Yeah,
an actor.
but now you can do that in a movie.
Yeah. Which is why I loved, like another part that I really loved about What Are the Odds was that I got to sing and I got to play an instrument and I got to be sort of the kind of a performer I wanted to be. If I had planned about being an actor, this was the zone that I would have picked out for myself where I could have the best of both worlds.
Right. So coming to your character Vivek, right from like her name to her habits, like her way of life, is very adventurous, very rebellious, very carefree. So how much are you like that in real life?
I'm not really like in my head, I do have an imagination that takes flight every now and then, but I'm not really very courageous and rebellious. Like thoda sa I have been because like my parents have been like really protective like while I was growing up. So I didn't really want to agree with all of their rules, but because my mom's been a teacher for the last 36 years, I did have that sort of adherence to rules like really ingrained into my brain. So I knew I had to always do the right thing. So even when I was rebelling, I strongly believed that this was the right thing and they just didn't get it. So, which is why I like Vivek because it really opened my eyes up to a world where teenagers can be strong-headed and opinionated. Like we're not all very ditzy and focusing on boys and all that drama. We have a worldly view and we have opinions about things that matter. We care about art and music and happiness and choices. So that's what I really love about Vivek and really respect her for that.
Yeah. Did you not ever bunk a exam in school?
No, like I said, I was very scared of the system. I never bunked an
Yeah.
exam. I bunked classes a lot in
Mm.
the name of student council or like singing practice, but never bunked an exam.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, speaking of What the Odds, the movie released during the lockdown, and people who watched it say that it's a very positive, fun escape kind of from the pandemic situation. So, what are the kind of reviews you've been receiving?
We've been receiving like all kinds of response. Like we've seen kids and like people our age responding with art and music in return. Like they're respecting what has been created. They love this entire universe that they've been exposed to. And then there's also a little bit discussion over, oh, ye ho sakta tha, wo ho sakta tha. But that's, I think, today, if you try to make anything, you will get some sort of a, what do you call it? Not a favorable response, not something that you
Hmm.
were expecting. So that's bound to happen. But we're really proud of what we made. I was genuinely affected initially because like I was mentally prepared that it wasn't going to be something that was blindly accepted by everyone. But it's still like once it actually happens and you feel those emotions, you can't really control what you're thinking and feeling. So,
Yeah.
but like the saving grace has been the fact that the entire cast and crew is so loving and we're so tight and we're just constantly we were bombarding each other with all these beautiful fan art and covers and these messages that all of us have been getting. So that really like strengthens your belief in whatever you've created, that there's two sides to every coin and you just have to focus on the one that's spreading more happiness, because that's what the film is also about.
Yeah.
We're trying to just like tell humanity that you don't have to take yourself too seriously. You can take a step back and just enjoy some little simple things, some accidental things.
Mm. Yeah. But Yashashwini, you're an actor, you're a content creator, and you are out there in the public eye. You have a social media, and like you said, people are open to, yeah, their opinions. Everybody has an opinion, but when they're giving you criticism for a certain thing, and sometimes people tend to cross the line, which may knowingly, unknowingly turn into trolling. So, have you faced trolling on social media, not just for What Are the Odds, but in general?
Uh, Thankfully, not as much as some of the other people, like other peers of mine, but I did. And yeah, so because we're so aware of the fact that everybody can have an opinion and we need to be accepting of that, some people don't realize that what they're saying is not really an opinion, it's just spewing hate. And they're just like having a platform, like sitting behind a phone or a laptop and just like typing out something anonymously gives one a lot of power. Like it's like I couldn't ever do it because I'm just intimidated. But if like when you cross that bridge and then you see that how you can create response out of a simple statement like, hey, you suck, and you don't know how much that's going to affect this other person on the other side. You don't know what kind of life they're living, what kind of day they're having. So it's very important, and I feel like you have to have that kind of emotional uh, intelligence. Like you need to be aware of some things. You can't just like say anything in the name of criticism and feedback. Like some people some like stupid things like, hey, like I don't want to be mean, but like you need to probably put on some weight or lose some weight or cut your
Yeah,
hair or not cut your, like people think that just because they say, hey, I don't want to offend you, but
yeah.
this they feel like they're in the safe zone now. But just try
Yeah.
to reflect and think कि जो तुम बोलना चाहते हो, is it important enough? Does it really have to be said, or is it just something that you probably, maybe you're having a bad day, which is why you're seeing only the bad things in everybody else and you're unnecessarily adding on to that and creating a bad day for somebody else. It's a full domino effect. But because I've not like faced trolling as much, uh, I'm thankful, very happy. Please don't hold me. But so I have a tougher time when even that one person pops out, which has been
Yeah.
happening for me recently. Like I get so many happy comments, but then somebody will say something mean. Some of my followers have even commented saying, "Why do you always respond to the mean ones? Why don't you respond to the happy ones?" So that's a conscious effort I've started. Like I'd rather just like heart and just reply to the happy ones and just try to ignore all the annoying ones, or maybe just like spam and delete. Some people are just like saying some really gross things and just feel free to report them.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, while we're speaking of criticism on the internet, uh, you've become a popular face after the filter copy videos, after adulting series came up. So, you know, and you've been very familiar with YouTube and YouTube content. You have a YouTube video, YouTube page as well, right? So, have you been aware of this entire YouTube versus TikTok debate that's been going on, and the number of roast videos that have started to trend on the platforms? So, have you watched any of those roast videos?
No, I just ooper say know that something has happened because I follow Kusha Kapila and I saw the video that she made in response to the roasts that came her way. But I'm not really aware of what the exact issue is. But I just have this simple see, beach. India mein roast became really famous when Arjun Kapoor and Ranveer Singh did an entire thing with AIB. That's when it became really mainstream. Uske pehle it existed, but like nobody was batting an eye about it. The fact that these people came together voluntarily and they wanted to do it,
Exactly. Exactly.
that's the charm of roasting, where it's banter but elevated banter. So you can't really pick anyone and just break down everything about them and then call it roasting. There
Yeah.
has to be some sort of an understanding between both the persons. So I feel like maybe that was lacking. Now, from what I've heard is that these channels, they exist, like their content is roasting people,
Yeah.
but which is fine. I mean, roasting in itself is not that it's not an evil crime. But since this is what you do, I think it's best that you understand that there is a dark side and that you should not ever cross it. And one way to go about that is to make sure that the person who's going to be featuring in your video today, you give them a heads up, you explain what you're saying, and also you translate to your followers that this is not something, you're not hate spewing. This is
Exactly.
content, and this is, I still can't justify some of the things that are being said. Like, you need to understand your boundaries. But more importantly, like if this is what you're going to do, if this is what your channel is all about, you need to make your followers understand your philosophy, and also you need to make sure that your philosophy is not spewing hate. And you keep that kind of communication open with whoever you're roasting.
Yeah.
Because if somebody, like if I and my friends are doing it to each other, first of
Yeah.
all, they have my permission because we're friends, and like
Exactly.
this is
Yeah.
part of our relationship. And uh yeah, like you need to have that. It's just because you're roasting doesn't mean you don't have respect for each other.
Right. 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 Yeah. So I think let's come back to what are the odds, and
Yeah.
um, we've loved the chemistry between Vivek and Ashwin. You guys really hit it off in the movie. But what was it like off screen?
It was quite a similar relationship. So Karan and I met first for the film. We were workshopping together for weeks before we actually went and shot with Megha and Shreya. And yeah, so there were some very fundamentally similar differences between Karan and me, s- similar to Vivek and Ashwin. Like he was someone who needed to have some sort of a order in figuring out how we were going to shoot things, who's going to do what. Like he had a method, he had a
Yeah.
process to his performance, and I was more of a free flowing, in the moment kind of a performer. So my lack of uh, just like
Yeah.
involvement in his process would piss him off, and his wanting to be more processing, and
Precise.
i
Yeah.
and i wanted to be like taking a back seat was annoying me. but again, like no drama happened. Like we enjoyed each other's company. It was hilarious. We would wake up in the morning for like these day shots, and I would be blasting music, and he would have his classical music in his ears because he needed to like get into the zone. And I'm not a morning person, so I needed music to wake me up. So a lot of that clashing happened. Plus, it was just him and me most of the time, and everybody else was crew. There was nobody
Yeah.
else like actors around. So
Mhm.
we ended up spending a lot of time together. So right now, also whatever we're experiencing, like we're both each other's go-to person in terms of our emotions right now. Like, are you doing? How are you coping with this? Are you excited? Are you upset?
Mhm.
So it's quite a cute relationship like that.
Yeah. I was speaking to him before this, and he told me that the first time you met him, you called him a tomato. because-
Yeah, he loves telling that story. It was simply out of awkwardness. Like I saw him walking and he was wearing something pink or something, and there was sun on his face. So maybe he came walking for a while and his cheeks were pink because he's a fair boy. So I said, "Hey, you look like a tomato," and I was trying to be funny, I guess. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is funny. But yeah, he loves just putting me in the spot like that, saying, "ये मेरे को टमाटर बुलाई थी first time."
Yeah, I think that's the first impression that's going to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Also, okay, we can just not forget that, you featured alongside Abhay Deol in the
Abhay Deol.
movie.
I was
Yeah.
wondering, this is the longest anybody has waited to bring up Abhay Deol. I'm quite happy.
Yeah, because I know there were like other important things that we're talking about, but this cannot be missed because you
Yeah.
were featuring alongside him. So, what
Mhm.
was it like? Did you fangirl? What was it?
I did fangirl, but like from the shadows. I like when I meet somebody who I feel like is supremely cooler than me, I can't really have conversation with them. Somebody who intimidates me, but like it's not his fault, but it's just the kind of person I am. So he would be like around and just like chilling, and he's got a very uh like he's got that entire camaraderie thing. Like he has no air about himself. Like it's not like a star has walked in. Like not at least from his end. There would definitely be that entire vibe from the rest of us, but he would be like walking in and just chilling with his coffee and sitting and talking, and I could never talk to him off between outside of action and cut. I couldn't talk to him. Whenever I tried to make a joke, and he would do a comeback, and I would have nothing in return, and I would just awkwardly stare, and he would like get distracted, and I would just then finally breathe. It was quite hilarious. Now that we're doing before this, when we were closing at IFLA in LA, that was when like I could like properly like even interact with him, because I also made him less often. Like I became comfortable in his presence.
Yeah.
Like there was, yeah, and like I was getting a lot of appreciation, so I felt like a more confident person. So I felt like I could. There was something that he and I could talk about, and then we're doing these interviews together. So like I can be myself more around him now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's lovely. But contrary to all good things that Karanveer and you talked about Abhay Deol. So recently, Anurag Kashyap said that Abhay Deol is a difficult person to work with. Like they work together in DFD, and they've never worked together after that, and they've never spoken after that as well. So he said that he's a very difficult person to work with. So what do you think about that?
I've not seen, like I don't know. I just again heard Upar say that something like this happened. So I can't really comment on this. Like, I mean, everybody has different experiences. I don't know what happened between them. They've be like, this is not me and Abhay. We shot for like 5 days, 1 week talks. Like, we weren't making an entire film together. So I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. I don't, yeah.
But you had a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's Anurag Kashyap's comment. Like, I don't have anything to add to that.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Harshini, I think you've explored much of the OTT and digital platforms, and you've done movies as well. But now that because of the lockdown, and not just the lockdown, even in the recent past, big banner movies, actors are now coming to OTT. They are big banner movies are releasing straight on digital platforms. So, do you think this is going to open up new opportunities for you, or more recognition, anything of that sort?
I mean, OTTs coming in itself was opening more opportunities for all of us. And it's, yeah, like this is, I mean, this is all moving forward. Like nothing wrong can come out of this. It's great that bigger actors want to work on OTT platforms because, um, I don't know, doing a theatrical is far riskier because then you worry about box office numbers and making sure you get uh, response from the entire country. And on an OTT, you're free to feel like content is king. But at the same time, we've seen a lot of content driven films as well. So, yeah, I feel like the industry in general, or in all, is moving in the right direction. Like, abhi to straight to OTT has happened because of the lockdown, because
Yeah.
people can't go to cinemas. We don't know how long that will hang around for. Like, once maybe in a couple of months, if we get a hold on the situation, cinemas will open up a bit by bit, and there's no threat to them because people are longing for that community experience of going to a theater and watching it on the big screen. Like that will not go away.
Yeah.
So, certain types of films that need to be watched on the big screen will come there. Some films that can survive on an OTT will do well on an OTT.
Right.
And yeah, with bigger guns, basically, with the bigger guns showing interest in OTT platforms, it just elevates the platform in general. So there's more scope for us to find that kind of uh, acceptance and fame and uh, stardom that was only reserved for Bollywood. There's more scope. Like if you do an OTT show, it's possible that you get the same kind of response that you would have gotten if you'd done a Bollywood film lead.
Mm,
So
mm,
it's all good right now, I feel.
yeah. Yeah. Earlier, like I think before in the last 5 years, the Indian audience was very obsessed with Western content on OTT, like talking about Money Heist or other shows like that, Friends and all of that. But now in the recent past, like starting from Sacred Games, the Indian audience has become more receptive towards Indian content on OTT platforms. So what do you feel about that? Because you started doing adulting series, dice series, and now today you star as a lead in a Netflix movie. So does that encourage you further?
Um, yeah, first of all, from what I'm also seeing, the audience is way too hard on Indian content coming on OTTs. Like everybody expects the same level of I don't know. They expect the same as like this Western content, but with Indian people, which is uh, all I'm gonna say is like it's a mixed bag of responses. There's a lot of acceptance, but there's also like constant push to do more and better.
Or like
And
comparisons? Can you say comparisons?
yeah, like it feels like they're constantly like unappeased. They
Hmm.
just want more, and they want as soon as the season will drop, they'll be like, next season kab aa raha hai? Like this instant gratification may get out of hand sometime soon. But what was that question about adulting in leads?
That you started doing adulting series and adulting the series, and then now you are a lead in a Netflix movie, and now maybe the Indian audience is receptive towards Indian content on OTT. So does that encourage you to do more content for OTT?
Yeah, because before OTT, we didn't really have content apart from films. Nobody was wanting to watch anything on television. Daily soaps were ruling the television. We did have a lot of good content on YouTube, but because it was not the norm, not a lot of people, like the masses, didn't really care for it. But now with all the OTTs coming in, everybody is as involved. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's great. It's a lot of opportunity, and of course, like there's more work for. There are a lot of actors who are looking for work right now. Actors aren't just the superstars that we see on our film screen or even on the OTTs.
Yeah.
There are so many people who are trying to find work, whether it's daily soaps, whether it's other TV shows, whether it's TikTok or YouTube or um, all these other platforms. So there are a lot of people who need to be employed, who are and can be good actors and who need a platform to perform on. So
Yeah.
with the OTTs coming in, there's more scope for everyone to find something that they're good at. So yeah, it does encourage all of us
Hmm.
to find that kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
response that
Oh,
we need. Yeah.
okay. So last question, and I'm not letting you go without you telling us the update on Made in Heaven season 2 and Adulting season 3.
I have no clue, man. I adulting though may not happen for a while. That I knew from before lockdown as well. But Made in Heaven, I did hear something
Hmm.
before lockdown, but since then I haven't.
Yeah. And any other new projects that that are stalled or paused because of the lockdown we might see?
Nothing I can talk about yet.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah. But we look forward to seeing you on the
thank
screen.
you.
Yes. So I think that's been great. Thank you for joining us. And
Thank
yeah.
you.
Hey guys, check out our revamped website at www.indiaforums.com to get your daily dose of entertainment.
Hi, I'm Yashasini Daima, and you're watching me on India Forums.